Given the recent decline in petrol costs, this relief might only last for a short while. The US Treasury Secretary stated that another increase in gas prices this winter is extremely likely. So get in and I'll show you which vehicle, a gas-powered one, an electric one, or a hybrid will cost you the least overall. You might be surprised by the answer because few people compare them using calculations. You'll see today. Driving range and gas tank capacity vary from one car type to the next. Well, evaluate how much it costs to travel 300 miles in each type of vehicle, gas, hybrid, and battery electric. Let's examine the cost of driving a Tesla Model Y long-range 300 miles as an example of a battery electric vehicle. The Model Y is used as a benchmark for a typical battery electric car because it is the most popular battery electric crossover in America. The size of the Tesla battery is 82. Assume you reside in New York, where the cost of power per kilowatt hour is 24.9 cents. Therefore, the total cost to fully charge the Tesla will be $20 plus change. How far can you go on a single full charge? For the sake of simplicity, ward north variables that affect your driving range such as the ambient temperature. Even though Tesla's stated driving range is 318 miles, let's say the car is completely loaded with 5 people. The driving range then becomes somewhat less busy. But let's suppose the effective driving range is 300 miles for the sake of simplicity. The bottom line is that 300 miles will be covered for the $20 it costs to completely charge your car. How much it will cost you to travel 300 miles in a hybrid instead of a conventional vehicle? I'm evaluating the hybrid SE RAV4. The RAV4 hybrid uses a city fuel economy of 41 miles per gallon. Assume that the gas prices will increase once more this winter and into the next year, reaching 4.70 per gallon. This means for a 300-mile trip in hybrid, gas will cost you roughly $34. What if you're driving a gas-powered automobile 300 miles? As the most popular crossover in the world, the Toyota RAV4 with a 2.5-liter 4-cylinder engine serves as my standard for this section. In general, the RAV4 uses a gas and gets 27 miles per gallon in cities, so traveling the same 300 miles will cost you $52. But now let's compare how much you'll spend on a fuel for the RAV4 hybrid and the RAV4 with a gas engine over 6 years. Let's assume for this section that the average American travels 14,000 miles in 6 years. You travel 84,000 miles every year then. If you drive the Tesla, you can travel 300 miles on a single full charge. This implies that during 6 years, you will recharge your battery 280 times. We estimated that each time charge would cost you $20. This implies that the cost of running your Tesla for 6 years will be $5,600 in electricity. However, if you drive it, how much would petrol cost for over 6 years? 4 hybrid vehicles, a full tank, and all 14.5 gallons are present, and a hybrid achieves 41 miles per gallon in urban areas. Thus, a full tank of gas gets you 594.5 miles. Therefore, if you drive the same 84,000 miles over the 6 years, you will need to fill the tank 141 times. Before this, we had some gas that would fill up 478 gallons. You will pay $68.15 for a full tank. As a result, during 6 years, you'll pay $9,609 plus the cost of gasoline. However, you may get 27 miles per gallon in the city if you drive a gas-powered vehicle instead. So over the 6 years, the cost of gasoline comes to $14,652. Now, many consumers immediately assume that Tesla is a better value at first appearance. Hold your horses though. The total cost of ownership during those 6 years must be taken into account. Additionally, the purchase price should be included. You get a bigger view when you take that into account. The current Tesla Model Y long-range 5C has an SMRP of $65,990. But keep in mind that you must purchase the wall connector and the mobile connector. That amounts to an extra $1,000. Let's face it, most consumers won't purchase a Tesla since the additional $12,000 in full drive features is optional. A reasonable purchase price plus an estimated charging cost equals $84,590 according to our calculations. For this reason, I caution people against focusing primarily on the cost of charging against the savings from fuel. The majority of Americans in actuality can't afford to spend $85,000 on a car. Let's examine the $62,000 total cost of ownership for a 2022 RAV4 Hybrid SC. Therefore, $41,839 is the expected cost of gas over 6 years. The cost of the Toyota RAV4 in 2022 is $26,975. With 6 years of operation, the total cost is $41,627. When everything is considered, the 6 years of ownership show that the hybrid and gas-powered RAV4 are almost neck and neck. However, if you maintain your car longer than 6 years, the hybrid will be more cost-effective than the gas-powered model. That's because a hybrid vehicle saves you more money on gas than a gas-only vehicle would. In my opinion, the hybrid comes out on top. Also obvious is that Tesla offers the worst value. After 6 years of ownership, the cost of either the hybrid or gas vehicle will be roughly doubled. Additionally, you are very long way from saving enough money on energy to even break even. Now, if your main goal is to save money and obtain the best value, a Tesla is most definitely not what you want. The higher overall cost you would pay do not make up for the decreased petrol prices. Tesla isn't even what I'd call a luxury car in my opinion. So, is buying something twice as expensive worth it? Even if you disagree and believe to Tesla to be equally opulent to Lexus, Mercedes, and BMW, I'm curious as to why we're trying to cut costs on gasoline given the circumstances and the fact that you have that kind of money. However, are you prepared to deal with range anxiety and how it affects your emotion if you want to get an electric vehicle to preserve the environment? In America, a car is typically kept for 12 years. If you're asking why I use 6 years as a benchmark for this exercise, it's because I'm unsure of how your Tesla EV battery will deteriorate after 12 years. Many people overlook taking into account. Furthermore, likely, future battery technology won't work with the car you just bought even if they do develop in the upcoming 10 years. Even then, I highly doubt Tesla will allow you to switch to superior batteries. They'll be like Apple. You cannot replace the SSD in your iPhone thanks to Apple. Instead, you need to purchase a new phone. And because people are wed to the Apple ecosystem, Apple provides this to them despite the expense. Similarly, if you currently own a Tesla or acquire one soon, there's a good probability that you'll upgrade to a newer model later on because you'll be a part of Tesla's ecosystem. Try the easy math problem we just solved today if you think that gas prices will keep rising. Try it though when petrol costs $10 a gallon. But keep in mind that when the price of gas hits that level, so will the price of electricity. Therefore, charging your EV will cost you extra. If none of this manages to dissuade from Tesla, simply keep in mind that all Teslas resemble dolphins. Let's have a quick stopover. Please give a thumbs up if you're enjoying this video so far. Plus, stay tuned until the very end to find out more about this new study. Continuing the example of a hybrid or gas vehicle, keep in mind that the RAV4 is a Toyota. Toyotas are well known for their high standards of quality and dependability. Toyota has been a pioneer of hybrid technology for much longer than the most other big automakers. They are the hybrid cars industry's literal king. I'm aware of your thoughts at this point. Not green are hybrids. They continue to use environmentally unfriendly fuel. The truth is that the deadline for the combustion engine prohibition is 13 years away. However, that only applies for the purchase of new cars, not their use. Between now and then, a conventional car or a hybrid is the only option that ordinary American customer can afford, not a battery-powered electric vehicle, at least for the moment. Currently, Toyota has been quite cautious about electrifying its vehicle. You could say that they don't follow the majority of the auto business. They're not entirely against battery-powered cars now either. They simply aren't fully on board with battery-powered technology. They run a conservative, practical, and careful business. Toyota revealed intentions to invest a fleet of 30 battery electric vehicles by 2030 last year. They predict that the rate of EV adoption will differ around the world, largely because it depends on the energy infrastructure and raw materials available for EV batteries. They are still making investments in hybrid as a result. They allocated $5.6 billion for the manufacture of hybrid and all-electric batteries in the US and Japan. I think they're trying to protect themselves. You can't blame them. It is currently in a key position. Toyota sees all-electric vehicles as one possible option, but not only one. However, they stated that their long-term objective is for battery electric vehicles to account for more than 30% of all Toyota and Lexus combined sales. That's quite a bit. They essentially have no choice. Whether they like it or not, the 2035 combustion engine ban is coming. Later this year 2022, gas prices will rise once more if you're near an exit. You should be afraid of us for good reason. There'll be a chance it might go up, according to Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen. Due to Americans' return to more or less normal activities, including driving everywhere, the 8.5% demand for gasoline is almost back to near epidemic levels as the time of this movie was being produced. However, oil production remains below pre-pandemic levels. I'm referring to so supply's concerned demand. Take into account that the Federal Reserve has already increased interest rates 4 times this year and that there are more increases planned soon to push prices down. Look, there's still no sign of an end to the fighting in Ukraine. Moscow has been utilizing its reserve as an authorized civilian draft. A stake in human lizard is bad enough. Additionally, the instability is already wreaking damage to the world's supply systems. Plus, 10% of the world's oil supply is produced in Russia. Russian oil imports are entirely prohibited by the US. The new sanction imposed on Russia affect crude oil, which accounts for more than half of the retail price of gasoline. OPEC Plus is also under a lot of stress. They are also concerned that slowing economy may reduce oil demand. we're discussing failing prices, subpar Chinese demand, and an agreement with Iran. OPEC Plus and allies just decided to reduce oil production by 1,000 barrels per day, and it comes shortly after Russia, one of the co-leaders of OPEC Plus, announced that it was permanently shutting down a crucial natural gas pipeline to Germany. Therefore, it is clear that the fuel crisis has not ended when you consider all of these issues together. It's not outlandish. This winter, gas prices might increase once more, but do you think they will do so right now? Will it change the way you drive? By leaving a comment below, kindly share. Please like, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Thanks for your support. I'm Jules. Please subscribe, like, and share this video. Find out more about Toyota and the reasons why they aren't all in on electric vehicles if you click and watch the next video here.